For one person I know, it will be music to his ears, hearing praise, is Ariane. Let's get him on. Ariane, good to see you again as always, mate.
Great.
Thanks for calling in.
Thank you for the introduction. I don't know. I'm out of words. I'm pretty happy. Finally, let's enjoy it while it lasts right now, because that was a great first half, man. That second half was a little bit slow, but I think, we had to keep it that way. Hopefully it was on purpose, is all I can say, because I would understand if it was. Great result, 5-0. I think if there was ever, if a confidence booster could help us, we couldn't ask for a better one. Now let's see if it will.
Yeah, definitely. And in terms of the key to that 5-0 victory, what do you put it down to? The fact we're playing a team like Southampton, or do you think we just upped our game today? Did you see any Ange tweaks? Bringing in the likes of Berger and Spence, did that reinvigorate us? What conclusions do you take from that?
I think obviously it was both. We know Southampton are not really, the best team in the league. Let's put it that way. What are they on 5 points with probably the lowest goal difference in the league now? So they're obviously not of the highest quality, but also you got to give credit to Ange for the tweaks, particularly I think bringing in Spence. I think he was brilliant. I think absolutely he just offered us some stuff that Pora wasn't. I think Pora was actually quite disappointing when he did come on, unfortunately, after that Udogie injury. I really think that Spence should be working to make that position his now. I think that'd be my thought. I think what he offered, the athleticism, the physicality, just the defensive solidity that Pora just doesn't have. That he just doesn't have. I think last season we were able to kind of hide a little bit behind it and say, no, maybe it's because he inverts and he brings the attacking returns. I think Spence disproved everything today. Within 30 seconds, getting an assist like that and then having a brilliant game defensively until he had to come off. I think he was phenomenal, and I think he was one of the main reasons that we looked, because I think as soon as he also came off and as soon as Pora came on, it was really when the momentum shifted and we stopped looking like it was square on the board. I think that was one of my favorite.
Oh yeah, he's cut out a bit. Would you start Jed on Thursday?
If he's fit, absolutely. I wouldn't even think about it.
Wow. And what? Because you just worried that at the end of the game, apparently he was limping. So is that what you're worried about?
Yeah, it's a little bit. I mean, hopefully it's a little cramp, tiredness. He hasn't started a game for Spurs ever. So I would, hopefully it's just not that big of a deal. It's just a little bit of cramp, which would be understandable. But really don't want to be injured, because I think that was a great performance. I think every time Spence has come on, he's looked pretty good. I think the last time to my memory was Coventry, where he obviously scored and saved us in the cup. So I think if anyone deserves to be in the cup after that, considering he kept us in it, it would be him. I think definitely he should be starting, like absolutely 100%.
Who was the key player for you in this game? Who was the standout person? I know we had a few good performances, but was there anyone that really impressed you today?
The 3 players who I think were key to that first half, and I think the most important one, and I think he's due his praise, is, it's easy to say Maddison. He's up there. For me, it's Son. I think Son was great today in that first half. I think part of why we lost our dominance in that second half was without Son. I would say him, because some of the stuff he was doing, I know he had some finishes that could have been better, but I think some of the link-up play that really got us going was completely down to Son. Not that he didn't make mistakes, he did, but I think a lot of the good stuff came through Son. Even though, again, Maddison, on the other hand, also obviously phenomenal, 2 goals and an assist. And he was incredible as well. But I think Son was probably the key, and then obviously Spence, who I just spoke about. I think those are the 3 players, and Maddison kind of lost his mojo when Son went off and Spence had to go on the left. And I think those 3 of them working off together. Even Kulusevski was great, but obviously he wasn't quite as influential as he normally is. But I think those 4 players being able to connect the way they did in that first half, like, Maddison, Son, Maddison, Kulusevski, and Spence down that right-hand side especially, that those link-ups were kind of why we looked so dangerous every single time. And then Son, every time he was able to switch it across. I mean, everything was just working out brilliantly. And I think, again, Son was kind of at the center of everything, even though he was off the left. I would give it to Son. I think my key player, and my man of the match of the first half, I would give it to Son, actually.
Son, yeah. And I think Son as well has come under so much unfair criticism because he's missed a few chances, when I actually think in general, like, his general play is not as bad as people, I think, make out. But Yeah, look, big performance from him today, and as you say, Maddison obviously got 2 goals. That's for Son this season. That's 11 goal contributions in 12 starts. For Maddison, that's 11 goal contributions in 13 starts. You know, that's decent numbers for people supposedly having poor seasons.
I think people kind of get on their backs because kind of like the whole team. It's a little unfair to single them out. It's a consistency thing, right? Son is scoring in spurts. Maddison is scoring in spurts. I mean, we all know the games. We can name them: the Brentford game, this game, the Man City game. Like, these are the games that they're showing up, and it's brilliant. But we want them to show up more, and I think that's how people get on their backs. And you know, we have 3 goal scorers who have about 11 or 12 goal contributions. That being Johnson, Maddison, and Son now. So. And on one hand, it's good because we don't have to rely on one player like we have for the past 5 years. But on the other hand, it's just not been consistent enough. And I think that's how people get a little bit upset, and it's understandable. But hopefully with time and off the back of this game, we can build on it and get some momentum. We have an important cup game, and I think, you know, like I said, it's important to get these confidence boosters, but they don't always help. But if they were to help, if let's say this team lacked confidence, there's no better confidence booster than this. We'll see if that's what the problem was come Thursday. But I think if we couldn't ask for a better momentum boost than this, if that ends up being a deciding factor.